I think that there is a continued failure to admit the scale of risk. If you look at the table that was included in the budget papers, it says under scenario 2, risk of failure, e.g. doesn't get planning permission. I mean, that is such an understatement. So you've already given it planning permission, but now you haven't managed to get the section 106s over the line. And then you had to go back for planning permission again, because it turned out the emission report needed updated and changing, or actually was twice what was initially there. So that's one risk. And then another risk is that you have a full business case, which I have to quote this. So Leslie Picton is quoted in the paper as saying, "We look forward to demonstrating the value of the scheme to the government and to local people shortly." Well, you clearly don't, because you had this report on the table since November. It says November at the bottom of the report. You could have brought it to council before the pre-election period. You could therefore have then had the opportunity to take it to government. You've completely you've refused to do that, in effect, by tabling it today or publishing it today. You've absolutely made sure you do not have to bring it to council, so it becomes an issue for the next council to pick up the pieces from the mess that you've left us in. And we have to be absolutely clear. You also say that Britain needs to overcome the organised opposition to schemes. Yes, there's been organised opposition. At no stage have we slowed down this scheme. At no stage have the opponents slowed down. The slowing down of this scheme has been through through what the Environment Agency has said, through your inability to get a full business case to council in time, through continual resubmissions and re-estimations of the figures. That's what slowed down the scheme. If you look at the history of this scheme, each time there has been a delay, it hasn't been down to protests, it hasn't been down to judicial reviews, which are waiting in the wings. Of course they are, but we haven't got that far because you haven't even actually published your planning permission yet. So I absolutely reject that idea that the delay here is yours entirely, which is why you should take responsibility for looking for an off-ramp to protect the people of Shropshire from the costs that you are now burdening them with for a scheme which is clearly on the rocks.
Finished?